everyone, my name is Laser, welcome to my channel, and today's video is going to be a little bit shorter, but I wanted to just kind of, share, like, a rare experience that I'm having right now, as someone who grew up medically complex, and is now going to be transitioning from the children's hospital, where I got most of my care for my entire life, into an adult, like, healthcare system, and some of the thoughts that I'm having and how I'm kind of navigating that, because, I mean, I never see it really talked about, but I know that this is, like, this has to be someone else experiencing this too, somewhere in the world. Anyways, I grew up with Golden Horse Syndrome, and that meant for me that the hospital was my second home for ever since I was literally a newborn. I had my first surgery, I think, like, at less than a day old, and I've had, like, 30 almost by this point. And this has entailed, like, a lot of health checkups, dental work even into my 20s, like you see here. I just got, like, some cavities filled too, because, you know, my mouth is shaped different, and so that also causes a little bit of a harder time for me to get my teeth clean and all that jazz. So, also, the left side of my mouth is, like, was numbed for that, so, if my face is not moving as it does normally in my other videos, even though it still doesn't move normally, that's why. Anyways, I have been so blessed to have such a wonderful team at the place that I get care now, which is Seattle Children's, and they took me under their wing with their craniofacial department. And this is, like, really niche, but if anyone has a craniofacial condition, I really highly recommend getting a tune, because, like, a good tune that can have a whole bunch of different doctors that all specialize in different areas of your condition that could all collaborate with each other and help get you the best results in your care. And that's what I've had, and I've been really grateful to have access to that level of care throughout my upbringing. And now that I'm going to be transitioning, because I'm, like, 21, I'm old as fuck to still be getting care at a children's hospital. Like, all of the patients around me are, like, max 16, 17, 18 at the very most. But, they made a special, like, what do you call it? A special exception for me, because my, like, my case is so complex, I guess, that they're like, okay, you can stay with us a little bit longer, but once you're 21, once you turn past 21, you're fucking out. And, like, they, of course, they're really nice about it. I am adding on that, you know, pizzazz, I guess. But that means that, my birthday is in late November, and I will be turning 22, and therefore, officially, have to transfer to adult care. Now, this is going to be a new thing, because I'm going to have to get a whole bunch of new doctors acquainted with my condition, and brief them on the numerous different things that there are to deal with me and my condition. And I literally, like, the one intake appointment I had with my new, PCP was literally just 45 minutes of me, like, yes, I had this and this and this and this and this, and no, I don't have an ear canal. You can't check me for, like, you can't check my ear canal on my left side. I don't have one. It's, like, just listing everything to get them up to speed. And so that's going to be a new thing, right? But also, one thing that's been on my mind is I have other people in my family or social circle that have, like, chronic conditions that also require a lot of care and, you know, visits at multiple different doctor appointments for different specialties, etc., etc. And I'm nervous to go into the adult healthcare system because I have had my friends personally, and, like, I've seen them personally and heard a bunch of stories about people being dismissed and not really being heard when they're getting their work done in our healthcare system and navigating the healthcare system as an adult is very different from the kind of vibe that you get when you're in a children's hospital. At least from what I can tell, and this is what I've heard from my adult friends that also get care, even at like the best adult like healthcare place in my state, which is UW, they still experience just a level of, you get in, you get out, and it's not as much the doctor's really looking to care for the whole of you. It's just the specialty trying to get in and get out and get everything done really quick. And then so people really have to advocate strongly for themselves to get what they need to handled so they can actually make use of the doctor's appointments that they have to wait months and months and months for. And I'm not just saying that to put all the heat on doctors, because I know that they're also like stressed as hell, because the part of this like fast thing is because of the insurance companies. And so I have empathy for doctors too when it comes to this. I know it's not them just like trying to fucking get you out of the door for no reason, but it sucks on the patient's end. And I'm worried that I'm gonna like kind of fall into that and start experiencing that more now that I'm gonna be outside of the Seattle like children's hospital setting, because it's really a different kind of feeling to feel like you are being cared for 100% and the doctors really have your back. And that has been the vibe of this entire experience of mine. Granted, a couple of, exceptions here and there, but the overwhelming experience has been extremely positive. And I think some of that just has to do with like it being a children's hospital, right? You're likely to have a lot more empathy for a kid because you know that whatever. Like, I feel like some of the judgments that some doctors may have for towards like their adult patients don't happen as much towards the kids because they view them as innocent or something. I don't know. That's just something I'm throwing out there. But it makes me really nervous. But, it's something I'm gonna have to face and figure out and all that jazz. But, like, being faced with that reality of now having to go towards and move into the adult healthcare system is making me realize really how good I have it right now and how lucky I have been to have such a wonderful experience with the doctors and my care team and the hospital growing up. And just makes me reflect with such gratitude, even though like it wasn't an easy experience for me a lot of times. But man, knowing what so many other people have to face and knowing that I'm gonna have to deal with that now, it's like, oh wow, you had it real good for a while. So yeah, I really wanted to express gratitude and just kind of share that one thing that's on my mind, because I don't know, I think some people also think about this too, but it's such a rare, occurrence. Like not a whole lot of people are growing up going to the doctors all the time and then also getting a whole lot of care in their adult life. So I don't know if this is even relatable to people, but I kind of wanted to just get it off my chest and move on from there. Just one side note. One thing that's going to be kind of funny though is now that I'm like 21 and getting out of the kids hospital or the children's hospital, I'll be treated like an adult now, which is kind of funny. This is literally nothing against the doctors at the children's hospital, but I assume it's just because they like work with children all the time. And so they're expecting the person to be a child, because I've had a couple of like moments where the doctors are like talking to me still like I'm a child, and I'm like, okay, ma'am, I am 21 years old. I'm on your wavelength here. And so just that's going to be a funny change when I get into the adult side of the healthcare system, because it's going to be a lot more adult and, no more kid talk, I guess. Anyways, that is about it. Thank you guys for watching. If anyone does watch this anyways, it's not relatable at all to the vast majority of the public. But, yeah. Okay. That is it, and I hope you guys have a good day. Ciao.